Welcome! Samba time! Woo! It's not THFC till I die today. THFC women till I die today. It's Samba Brazil time! Woo! We're covering the Brazilian women's team. Oh, yes! La, 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 la. Come and join me. Everybody. Samba. Samba. Woo! That's enough. Right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wherever you are in the world, you're welcome to THFC Women Till I Die, Elly's World Cup Weeklies. Now, today, as you know, because I play the samba music, I am doing Brazil, sorry. So, Brazil are a fabulous nation of football lovers. Plus, there are fabulous players of the game, of the beautiful game, and they do actually play the beautiful game. It goes without saying with Brazil, they're absolutely fabulous. And you know what? Today I'm going to be covering the women because the men, they've won it 5 times. Now, the women haven't won it once yet, but there's always the first time. And you know what? I think they might even do it this time. I've got dual nationality. I've got the green on. I've got the blue on. I've got my yellow flower for the Brazilians. Come on, Brazil. You can do it. Like, I don't actually want them to do it. Actually, I want England to do it. But I'll be rooting for them if England get knocked out. Just like when the men get knocked out, I always root for Brazil. I don't know about you guys, but if you're not rooting for England or Republic of Ireland even, because we've got a lot of Irish fans on this channel, obviously go for Brazil because they are brilliant. They are absolutely stunning. And you know what? I'm going to start off with my show. How did Brazil qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2023? That should be 2022 group. That was their group. They're actually grouped, first of all. They're grouped with Panama, Jamaica, and France. Right, so they've got a tough group to get out of, but I'm sure they can do it. And their qualifying group was very tough as well, but they actually finished top. I'll just get the group up. I won't be able to bring it up on the screen, but I can bring it up on my phone. Right, let me just get it up for you guys and girls. Just bear with me while I get it up. Here we go. So the qualifying group is called the CONMEBOL table 2020 to 2022, but this one was 2022 qualifying group, right? So in their group were Argentina, Uruguay, Ecuador, Peru, Colombia, Chile, Paraguay, Bolivia, and Venezuela, and they finished top of their group with 45 points, with a goal difference at plus 35, and they won 14 of their games, drew 3 and lost 0. A big fat 0. That's how good they are, you see. So they are a fabulous team and with a fabulous squad with some brilliant players, absolutely legendary players, which I'll be getting onto later. But first of all, I want to talk about the head coach. Now, the head coach is a lady called Pia Sundhage. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's likely to leave Marta out of the starting lineup for the World Cup, But just as a lady herself, she's the head coach. Her full name is Pia Marianne Sunderhag, and she's a former professional player, and she played as a forward. She's Swedish, right? So I'm going to get up her details now. Just bear with me while I get all her details up. Just bear with me. Do you know when I'm doing this at home, I'll get it up straight away. When I go on a stream, I can't find it. Right, don't worry, I'll find it in a minute. Right, but meanwhile, while I'm finding it, I'll go into the chat because we've got 14 people waiting already. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Get your super chats in if you can, darlings, to support the channel. We're THFC Till I Die and THFC Women Till I Die. And we're always here to serve you Spurs fans and the World Cup now, because that's my bag. So now we've got Jim in the chat. Hello, Jim, Kate's husband. And the better half. No, it's not. Don't worry, Jim. Always the women are the better half. That's in my book anyway. So Jim's saying, morning, Queen Elly. Hope you're well, darling. Well, I am, because Brazil are my second team, right? So then we've got Jim again. Oh my God, Elly, you fruit and nut. Yes, true. Do you know what? I wanted to start it off with some samba music to just get all your juices going. Do you know what I mean? Then we've got my niece, Jula. What a beautiful lady she is. Hello, Auntie El. Hello, John. Oh, I think that should be Jim, not John. Typo. That's my bag. Typos. Bloody hell, I'll get them all wrong. And Jim says, Jula saying, Jim's sorry, obviously. And then we've got Brush. Hello, Brush. Lovely to see you. A Man United fan as well. Big up, Elly. Our girls are going to bring it home. Yes, we are. Come on, you lionesses. I know this is a Brazilian stream, but I've got a shout out for the lionesses. Right. And then we've got Bring. Yes, of course. Another typo. Don't worry. It's early in the morning, so I'm forgiving you all the typos. Right. Then we've got Jim. Hi, Drula. Mum is fine. Yeah, lovely. I'm glad she is. And then Jim, yeah, he's saying another typo. Right, so, what we've got to do now is talk about their manager. Right, let me just get it up. Just bear with me, so I've lost my bearings. Right. I know I've got it here somewhere, but I just can't find it. Anyway, I know about her anyway. Right, so she's a Brazilian footballer. She's a striker. She played fabulous football, and then she went on to coach a lot of Swedish teams in her country, and then she became Brazil's manager. She's actually 63 years old. I'll take my hat off to her, you know, because at 63 to be like the head coach of the top team, right, is absolutely fabulous. And I think, you know what, she's played hard all her career, so she deserved that break. She's like she's a very astute coach. She likes to play the beautiful game, like in the Brazilian style. And I was reading up about her that she really does concentrate on studying other countries' football styles, and she takes a little bit from each style and she amalgamates it. And then you've got the Brazilian girls who are fabulous as well. You know, like you can't really teach a Brazilian girl technique because they're born with it. I think they go on the beach and they're like playing on the beach from a young age, or in the back streets if they're like from the poor end of Brazil. You know, they're practicing in the dirt streets sometimes, you know, kicking a golf ball or a tennis ball because they can't afford a football, and they hone their skills. So, you know, it's fantastic the way the Brazilians approach the game, you know, and like I admire them, the men and the women, you know, but the women especially, they've gone to 8 World Cups though, and they haven't won one to date. Right, they've actually qualified for all of them, got runners up in one year, which I'll come to later. But it's a shame. So maybe they can break their duck in this World Cup. right? Even though I want England to win, but you know, if England don't do it, I'd love Brazil because you know they're such a fabulous footballing nation. What do you guys think in the chat of Brazil as well? Do you think they'll go far? You tell me what you think, because even if you haven't studied them, you know, you must have seen clippets. And when they played England just recently and we beat them on penalties in the Feminine Cup, I think it was called, right? Yeah, they played fabulous. They actually outplayed us in the second half. So tell me what you think. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get on back to the banners. Just bear with me. Right, so now we're going to come to their celebrated player. She's fantastic. She's called Marta. If you don't know her, you must be living under a rock. I'm telling you, she's a 37-year-old fantastic player. She's incredible. She's actually incredibly won. She's won the 6-time winner of the Player of the Year as well. That's how brilliant she is. She's like the Ronaldo number 9 or the Messi number 9, or number 10, sorry, of women's football. That's how celebrated she is. She's like incredible. And I was reading up about her as well. She's in her countries, everywhere she goes, she's recognized. You know, she's like a superstar. And like now, she's got a knee injury at the moment, which she's recovering. Now, these knee injuries are a plight of the women's game. I've mentioned it many, many times, but she's carrying one. So she's trying to recover in enough time to play for Brazil, you know. But the manager did say just recently that she'll probably start on the bench. But even so, what a fabulous player to bring off the bench. You know, when you need a goal, when you need inspiration, when you need a leader, you bring on Marta, and all the players raise their game when they see her on the pitch, because she's like a god, a woman god, you know. And a lot of players will look to her to inspire them, you know, and they'll look to her for the passing game as well, and for the communication, because that's another thing she's noted for. Her communication is absolutely brilliant, you know, and she gets in the dressing room. I saw a recent video of her in the dressing room, and she's like doing the samba after the matches. They actually beat Chile 4-0 in their warm-up game, and they've got another one coming up soon, but I think it's today or tomorrow. If I'm wrong, I haven't researched that properly, so I do apologise. But anyway, I think to beat Chile 4-0 was a fabulous result leading up to the World Cup. So it will give them a head start, and it will give them inspiration to go into that World Cup with, you know, a lot of confidence. Because, you know, football, I don't know about you guys, but football, if you've got confidence but you haven't got arrogance, and you go on the pitch and you know yourself, you know your abilities, and you're confident in your own abilities and your teammates' ability, because like football is a game of combinations as well. So if you're playing in midfield, for example, where I played, I was a central attacking midfielder. I relied on my central defensive midfielders to win the ball back for me and feed me with. Without that, I was pretty good at tackling, but I'm not as good as them, because that's their game, right? I would win the ball back, don't get me wrong, but my game was to create. And like this Marta, she's a creator as well as a forward, and she links up the play so well, you know. I just think she's fabulous. And like, let me get her details up, just one moment while I get her details up. Okay, here we go. Marta. Here we go. Right, so her by name is Marta Vieira da Silva. She was born on February the 19th, 1986, which makes her 37. To play a game over 30 is incredible, just like 31, 32. But to go to 37, That's a miracle, especially if you're a man or a woman. You know what I mean? Right. So she's a Brazilian athlete who's widely considered the greatest female soccer player of all time. I had to put the soccer bit in for the Americans tuning in, or anybody else who likes to call it soccer. I like to call it football. I'm not calling it soccer. Right. Marta was a 6-time winner of the Federation Internationale de Football Association, which is the FIFA World Player of the Year award from 2006 to 2010, and 2018 she won it again. Right, she's a Federation of the Union of European Football Association, now known as Women's Champions League title, and helped to reach the finals in that competition in 2007 and 2008. Marta also helped Umeå capture 4 consecutive Damallsvenskan in Sweden's highest level of women's domestic football championships between 2005 and 2008, as well as the Swedish Cup title in 2007. So she's like I could go on and on with her honours. I'd be here all day, right? So that's just a little snippet of what she's done, but that's incredible in itself. You must agree, right? So she's just one of those players that goes on the pitch and it lifts the crowd as well, because when you see Marta come off the bench in the World Cup, or even if she recovers in time and she starts, that gives the fans a big boost as well, because they see their talisman, and it fills their heart with joy because she's played fabulous for them. All she's got to do now is do like what Messi did for the men and deliver that world title, the World Cup. If she does that, it'd be fantastic. Now, listen, enough of my waffling. Let me get back to our chat, because I'm sure you've all got something nice to say. So we got, right, hold on. Let me just, morning, beautiful, Elly. I like that word, beautiful. Right, hold on a moment. Yes. Morning, beautiful Elly. Kiss, 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 kiss. Thank you very much, Kate. You're such a star yourself. And do you know what? Kate's got a fantastic show, Just the Girl Who Loves Spurs. Brilliant. I was invited on her show yesterday, but I was a bit hungover from my hubby's birthday bash. We drank a bit too much, and ate a bit too much as well. So we had the old dodgy stomach after you've been out for a night, and the old whoopsie doopsie. You know what I mean? Right. So I will definitely come on the next show, Kate. Don't you worry. I'll be there. So Jimmy's saying, Brush, hope you're well. Yeah, that's Brush, the Man United fan. Well done, Jim, for saying that. Drula, always in pain, Jim, but not letting it get me down. How's you guys? Oh, yeah, I've got Dom Zivania from my mum yesterday. Whoa. Now, Zivania, if I'm right, is Zivania the one that you drink, Drula? Is that what you're talking about? Just let me know. If it's the drink, that's what I'm thinking of, because I'm sure there's a brand called Dom. Yeah, so NS Sports, that's a Chelsea fan. You see, we're like not just international here, we're like Premiership international. We've got NS Sports TV, who's Nippon, been on his show as well. He's a fabulous lad. It's coming home. Yes, it is. Come on. I really hope our Lionesses bring it home. Do you imagine the streets of England? They'll be going like crazy, man. All the pubs, the streets, the houses with their flags out. Oh my God. But this is a Brazilian stream, so I mustn't get too carried away. So NS Speaks saying, what number did you wear in your playing days? I actually played number 10, would you believe? I started off as a 7 though, because do you know what? I really loved George Best as a player. Right, even though he played for Man United, I really loved him, and I loved the number 7. And Sonny plays it now for Spurs, so I really did. But I switched to number 10 because of lots of different reasons, but mainly because of Glenn Hoddle. Because like Glenn Hoddle, he fills my heart with joy, and I'm sure all the Spurs fans tuning in, he filled your heart with joy, even if you weren't born in that era. I'm sure you know about Glenn Hoddle and his fabulous goals, So now we've got Just a girl who loves Spurs. Thanks, Elly. Kiss, kiss. Lovely. Then we got Drula saying, I'm still here. I'm doing my daughter's plait, so I cannot chat. Oh my God. Drula is the ultimate mother. She's got 3 boys and a girl, and she's like super mum. She takes her boys football, and her boys are fantastic footballers, by the way. And I'm sure Drula's little girl will be a fantastic footballer, because she'll be out there playing with her brothers as well, like I did with my 7 brothers. You know, I know she's got 4 less, but you know what? They all gang in Finsbury Park where they live. Yeah. So here we go. We've got NS Sports TV saying, just a girl loves Spurs. I'm doing great. Yes. Brilliant. Kate, big up. Morning all to FCS column. Have I got my Irish citizenship yet, column? I'm sure I have. If I haven't, you know, that bribe is still available. So we come to the end of the chat there. Oh, thank you very much for all the lovely comments, people. I really do appreciate that. Now, what we're going to talk about now is the 23-woman squad. Right, so I've got it up here. Let me just get it together. While I'm doing that, just bear with me. Right, I think I'll play a bit of that samba music again while I find it. Woo! We've got to have a samba interval, see? Come on. All up on the dance floor. Shake those shoulders. Woo! Da, 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 da. I love Brazil. Brazilian food. Brazilian men, don't tell my husband. La 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 la. Right, let's stop that. Right, basically, I'm doing these intervals because I can't find anything on my phone. When I want to find it, I can't. Isn't that bloody awful? Right, so we've got the Brazilian squad. So I've got that under the squad. Now, that's something I did find. So in goal for Brazil, we've got 3 goalies chosen because you've got 23-woman squad. So we've got Barbara, who's their stalwart goalie. She's 35 years old. Take that in, everybody. 35 years old. Then we've got the new girl on the block, Camila Rodriguez, who's only 22 years old. And then we have Leila, 28 years old. So they're the goalies, all brilliant goalies in their own right. I think they will give it to Leila, I think. They have been playing her in games recently. So I think she will get the nod. But you know what? Barbara will probably make an appearance as well. Because I think with Pia Sonderhag, she's quite loyal to her players. And they've always seen her, you know, do well. So, yeah. So then we've got the defenders. We've got Antonia, 29 years old. Monica, 36 years old. Rafael Souza, 32 years old. Kathleen, 27 years old. Timeres, I think that's how you pronounce it, 35 years old. Lauren, a baby, 20 years old. And Brunia, 21 years old, another baby. In terms of that defence, they've got such experience, but they've also got youth. When you've got the youth, you've got the legs as well, because as you get older as a defender, you do need pace. Not everybody is like fast anyway, but you do need pace because there's some really fast women players. And however good you are at anticipation, if you haven't got the pace as well, sometimes you can get caught out. But like I said before, if you're anticipating and you're getting a tackle in nice and clean, you can always like forego some of the pace, you know, factor, because plus you can also rely on your other defenders if they've got a little bit more pace than you. So what you do, you've got one in front, one behind covering. So you've always got a backup, like you're double banking. All right, that way you're more secure as a defense and you play as a unit. You know, you play combos, right? And if you know each other's game like these Brazilian girls do, I know they've got 2 new ones coming in, but they would have been well versed by Pia in the system they play. So yeah. So now we in midfield where all the action happens. I like the midfield because obviously I played there as well. So we've got Aray Borges, who's 23 years old, and then Anna Vittoria, who's 23 years old, Dabinia, who's 31 years old, Marta, who's 37 years old. Woo! And then we've got Andressa Alves, who's 30, Luana, who's 30 as well, and Duda Sampaio, who's 22 years old. So you see, they've got a lot of experience, but they've got a lot of a couple of youth players in there as well, like Duda Sampaio. She's only 22, and the other young player is Anna Vittoria, who's only 23 years old. So a mixture again. It's always good to have a blend of older and younger players. And then up front, you've got Giza Vieira, Adriana. Giza Vieira, sorry, is 25 years old. Adriana is 26. Nicole Reisler is 23. Caroline is 23. Gabby Nunes is 26. And Bia Senerato is 29. So you've got a lot of good talent there. But you know what? I want to talk about some star players in Brazil. Let me just get that. Here we go. Right, so the players to watch out for are, she hasn't been picked for this World Cup, Elaine Gomez. I think because she's a bit young, maybe 18 years, but she's an up-and-coming starlet. I've got her details up here. Just bear with me. I'll just get her details up. Here we go. So, that's not the one. That's not the one. Right. Yeah, so she's 18 years old. She's played she played her debut in the feminine game against England. She played very well, actually. I was watching her because they were giving her a big up before the game, so I was keeping a sharp eye on her. Very talented. She plays mainly as a winger, stroke forward, but mainly as a winger. So she's like a number 7. She's very tricky, fast. She's learning the game. You know, she's not the finished article yet, but she'll get stronger and stronger with age because she's only 18. Let me just get up some more interesting facts about her. Just bear with me. Right, where's the star player ones? Here we go. Squad, star players. Yep. Right. Talented players, Brazil. And just bear with me while I get it up. Here we go. Right, Elaine Gomez Amaro is her full name. She was born on the 7th of July 2005, so she's just turned 18. She was born in Tabatinga in Brazil. Anybody who doesn't know where that is, look it up. And she's a forward. She's her current team. She's actually been loyal, and she stayed at her current team, Ferro Vieira of Brazil. She plays the number 7, like I said, and she's played the senior career. She's played 29 times for a local team, scoring 11 goals. So that's very, very good. And then she started off her international career in 2022. She broke in to the Brazilian under-17s team. She's played 4 times and scored twice. As a winger, that's really, really good, I believe. Right, and then she made her under-20 debut in 2022. So a quick progression, She played 6 times and scored 2, and she made her international debut for the full team, like I said, against England. Right. A little bit of interesting facts about her. She scored her first senior goal on 15th of August 2021, netting the winner in a 3-2 home success over Santos at the age of just 16 years old. 1 month and 8 days. She became the youngest player to score for AFE in the competition. She subsequently started to feature more regularly in the 2022 season, being named the Breakthrough Player of the Year in Brasileirão. See, now to win that breakthrough player, you have to be exceptionally skilled, and she is, and she deserves all the plaudits, and they're really bigging her up, you know, in Brazil. So she's one to look out for in this future. And then we've got another player. Let me just get her details up that I'd like to bring up. I'll show her actually, if you can see her, Gabrielle Nunez. Fantastic player. Absolutely. It's a short for Gabby Nunez. She's absolutely, her full name is actually Gabrielle Nunez de Silva. She was born on the 10th of March 1997. So she shares a birthday with my great-grandmother, my late great-grandmother. She's only 26. She was born in the capital, Sao Paulo, in Brazil. Her height is 5'7", and she's a forward. Right, she plays currently for Madrid as the number 9, Real Madrid that is. And her youth career, she started off at the Brazilian team Centro Olímpico. So she's had a very good career. She played from 2014 to 2015. She played for Centro Olímpico 23 times, scoring 17 goals. Then she got a really good transfer to a massive team in Brazil called Corinthians. She played 115 games already in her career. She's played a lot of games. That's how good she is, because she gets chosen, and she scored a massive 77 goals. Fabulous, you know. And then with Madrid, she transferred in 2021, and she's played 21 times so far, scoring 7 goals. That's a very good record as well. She is an out and out forward, but she's more of a playmaker forward. You know, what I've seen of her, she's really good at link up play. She's very strong, fast as a like cheetah. Whoa, it's going to be hard for the defenders to keep up with her, just put it that way. And her international career started at the ripe old age of 17. Actually, she was 16 and a half. She played 2013, 2014 for the under-17s. She played 4 games, but she didn't score. But in 2015, she got upgraded to the Brazilian under-20 team, and she played 16 times, scoring 11 goals. So you see how she developed her game from an under-17. All right, she only played 4 times, she didn't score any, but then she played 16 times for the under-20, scoring 11. And then she played for the top team, the first team. She got her first team debut in 2016. She's played 18 times, scoring 3 goals. Now, you know, as you go up, it is harder to score as well. Plus, she hasn't featured in a lot of games yet, only 18 games. So she's still got a long time to, you know, build on her game and learn the game as a striker. Because, you know, in football, right, when you play a position, and you could be versatile as well. And she's one of those players. She can drop on the wing. She can play as a centre forward. She can play as a right attacking player, a left attacking player. So she's got a lot of skills. So sometimes you give up some of your game to accommodate the team, if you know what I mean. Anybody who's played football and they've played as a versatile player, they know where I'm coming from. But even if you haven't, you know, you watch the game, so you're fans, so you know that there are versatile players out there who do chop and change their positions. But she's one of these players are very exciting to watch. So look out for her, guys and girls, because you're going to be in for a treat. Right, now, the next thing I'd love to talk about, right, not that one. Right, interesting facts on Brazil women. Right, so what I'm going to do, let me get these interesting facts up. Just bear with me. Okay, while I'm finding that, what I'll do, right. So there's some interesting facts, right? They played some friendly matches recently, beating Chile 4-0. The Copa America Feminine was held from the 8th to the 30th of July 2022, where they played in the final against England. They lost to us. Sorry, not the Copa America. This is the Copa America Feminine. That's where they played Argentina. They played Paraguay. They beat Paraguay 2-0, and Argentina lost to Colombia. And then in the final, they beat Colombia 1-0. So that was really good. So they won that. And they played USA. They lost 2-1 to USA last season. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is get some more interesting facts up. Just bear with me. Here we go. So they lost to the United States 2-1. That was played on the 22nd of July last year. Their biggest win was 15-0 against Bolivia. Poor Bolivia, getting battered 15-0. My heart goes out to them. All right. And that was on the 18th of January 1995. And then they beat Peru again 15-0 on the 2nd of March 1998. So they're aligned to getting some brilliant, score lines in there. Their biggest defeat was to the United States, 6-0 in Denver, United States, on the 26th of September 1999. I'm sure they don't want me to mention that too much, so we'll move on. So their honours, they've finished runners-up in the Women's World Cup in 2007, and they were third place in 1999. The Olympic Games, they've been silver medalists in 2004 and 2008. And fourth place 1996, 2000 and 2016. They've won the Copa America Femenina, I think that's how you pronounce it, 1991, 95, 98, 2003, 2010, 2014, 2018, and last season they won it again, 2022. So you see how brilliant they are in their own league. They're the top team. And then they were runners up in the CONCACAF World Championship in 2000. And they've got so many other records. Pan American Games gold medalist in 2003, 2007, 2015, and silver medalist in 2011. So you see how celebrated a team they are. They're they're a force to be reckoned with. Just put it that way. But sometimes there's a lot of good teams out there, right? So they're up against France and Panama in their group, and Jamaica. So Jamaica, as you probably do know by now, we've got two Spurs ladies representing Jamaica in Drew Spence and Becky Spencer, our goalkeeper, and Drew Spence is a midfielder, if anybody doesn't know. So their first game kicks off against Panama on the 24th of July. So that's on, I believe, when's the 24th of July? What are we on now? We're on the 17th. So that's in 7 days, in a week, right? They play Panama, they're not the strongest team. So I'm presuming I would put my money on Brazil to win that one. So they'll get off to a flying start. And then they play France, which is going to be a lot tougher because France have been really playing well. And they've got a very, very strong side, which I'm going to feature them very soon in my World Cup build-up. And obviously, because we've run over, I have to do some of the features and the profiles after it starts as well. But it'll be good still, because they'll still, some of the games don't kick off until later. Like France are playing Brazil on the 29th of July, so we still got time. And then they play Jamaica on the 2nd of August. So they've got a busy schedule in front of them. They're warming up. They won, like I said, they won 4-0 against Chile. So they should be in good nick. The fitness levels, I'm sure all their fitness coaches have been working on them, because you've got a hard schedule in the World Cup. Because if you make it through to the last 16, you're going to play a top side. You will do. If you finish top of your group, it's like in the men's game. You play the second in that section. So it's all good at the end of the day. Now, I want to talk about the great work Her Game 2 have done as well, because I'm an affiliate member of Her Game 2 and I represent them. And you know what? They do fabulous work. They really do. And I've been working hard as well in the background of Her Game 2. Going to games as well is very important, because you've got to watch your team. Like I've been obviously watching Spurs ladies. So what they do, they champion females in sport, young and old, and also like not just the people that play it, the women who play it and the girls who play it, but they champion the officials, the fans, everybody involved with football really in the women's game, and they're doing a lot of great work, getting sponsorships for women and raising money, and there's so much background work that goes recognised, I must say, because we are an award winning organisation as well, and because I've been working hard as well on that front, we've managed to get Spurs ladies to play their games at White Hart Lane, which is a big breakthrough for the girls. I was working hard on that front, making some noises, sending emails, doing my best to put the girls out there, and sometimes in life you've got to fight for what you want. It's one of those things. If you don't make noises, and like women, we're getting there. We're getting there in terms of getting accepted. I'll give you an example. Like, I was on a chat just recently, and I was talking about the girls game and the women's game, sorry, and grassroots football, and I was saying that I do my World Cup weeklies. And then one chap, he was quite honest actually. He said, I don't really watch women's football. I haven't really got into it. So I started chatting to him. And by the time I chatted to him, I didn't chew his ear off or anything because I was typing. So I wasn't chew, but I was just like giving general little things about the women's game and how we've progressed. And like, he came round and he said, I will watch the World Cup, which is a breakthrough for that guy as well, because like, he probably didn't think I'm never going to watch it, but now I've put that seed in his head, and I'm sure he's going to watch, because women's football has progressed so well, and it's getting recognised by major TV companies as well following the World Cup, and it's going to be a fabulous tournament. It's one not to be missed, guys and girls, So please do tune in, everybody who's tuned into my chat as well. I'm sure you will. But obviously, the England lovers, we're going to be watching all the England games, but also tune into the other games. Some of them are going to be at ungodly hours. But you know what? I don't sleep anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm one of these night owls who comes alive at night time. That was after looking after my mum. She kept me up all night. So, that's another story, which I won't go into. So what we got here, we've got some more people joining us in the chat. Oh, we've got some normal people as well, like who normally join us in the chat. So we've got FTS Colin, morning all. Let's see where we are. Hi there, Colin. Lovely. Yes, it has been approved. Ha ha. Oh yeah, that's my Irish citizenship, everybody. Do you know what? I've been rooting for it for ages. Been like doing everything, answering questions about Irish history. I've done a whole show on the Irish girls in green, the Republic of Ireland, because it's their first World Cup. So I've done a massive show on them, and I picked up all the Irish girls. We even played the Irish music on there, because they've got a fantastic song from Tallaght to Australia, I think it's called. Yeah, from Tallaght to Australia. Dermot plays it very often as well, which is really good. So I was touting for it, and finally, I've got it. Come on. Yes. Do you know what? Because I love Ireland. I've been there with my husband for my 60th birthday. It was brilliant. And I went to Dublin, and that was my first time that I've been. But before I went to the trip, I was doing all my research, and then David Harris of the Irish Hotspur was giving me tips. Dermot was giving me tips. Philip was giving me tips. And I went to see Philip at his Darky Kelly's, where he plays the drums. It was fabulous, right? As my husband, I must tell you this, right? My husband, he was awake for most of it, but he's one of these snoozer blokes. He's got to 65 years old now, but he was 64 then, right? And don't make any difference, 64, 65, what does it matter? But he fell asleep, right? And I was digging him to wake up, because I was thinking, Philip's going to be looking at him and falling asleep and thinking, am I boring or something? So I was digging him, but no way. Philip was fabulous on those drums. Brilliant. What a gentleman. And he bought us a drink as well. What a lovely guy, you know. Yeah, so basically, let me just hide that. So hide. That's it, hide. What am I doing? I'm rubbish at tech, I am. Right, so we got Godfrey Drummond saying, morning, Kate, lovely. And then we have morning, Godfrey. Then we have good morning from God. Good morning to all. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, remember, this is on Brazil, but we are Spurs supporters as well. So come on, you Spurs again. Right, and then we got Elly the legend. Yeah, thank you very much. You know what? I like to play down that legend, actually, you know, because I did play for Spurs ladies, but, you know, like I was playing football from a very, very young age. So I was always destined to go into football. But when I got chosen for Spurs ladies, when they scouted me at my school, Drayton School in Tottenham, I was overwhelmed, you know, but I knuckled down, I got fit. Because you know, when you're a footballer, if you're not fit, right, however technical you are, however skillful you are, right, it doesn't matter, because if you haven't got the fitness, you can't keep up, right? And you can do it for, say, 10, 15 minutes, but then you run out of breath. So you've got to be super fit. So I was doing like circuit training, I was doing weights, like at a young age. I was only 12 when they signed me up. But by the time I was 14, 15, they got me on weights, because you're not really supposed to do them at that age anyway. But in those days, they didn't really care. But these days they do. Like, you should really be 16 when you're doing weights. But I've seen boys on the internet, they're like doing it at 8 or 9 years old. Right? It's not good for the body. So stop doing it. Right? Just take it from me. You have to take it easy. But you know, I really enjoyed my football career. That's the main thing. You know, getting fit was important, but enjoying your football was more important to me, right? And I really did enjoy my career. So thank you very much for that comment, Kate. It's very well received. Now we've got Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Thanks so much, NS. I should have read that one. Just sub to your channel, Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Yes, well done. Well done, Nippon. You know what? She's doing a fabulous job, along with Mia as well, on Spurs Between the Lines. Two fabulous women on YouTube, you know, giving brilliant shows, but entertaining shows, not just on the football side, but on the fun side as well, you know, because when you do a show, you want to keep it interesting, right? So you don't have to always stay on subject, you know. In at the end of the day, right, you're tuning in because you love football, but you also like to be entertained. So let's get back to some entertainment, and let's get some samba music on. Come on! Gotta play you out with the samba music, because we've come to the end of the show. Let me read my daughter's comments just here. I said, Lol, can you still keep the upbeat? I can. I'll prove that to my daughter later. Right, this lovely lady is why I support Spurs, including my dad and Elly's brother. That's my brother Louis. Come on, Louis. I'll tell you all my brother's names now. Louis, Paul, John, Sirius, no, Daggy, George, Pascalis. We call him Taffy. Oh, my baby brother, but he's 1.5 years older than me. His name is Paraskepas, which means Man Friday in Greek. But we call him Boo Boo, or Boo for short. Because, I'll tell you why, because my big brother Lou called him after, if you're old enough, you'll remember Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. That's who he was named after. And me, I'm the baby of the family, the only girl, baby of the family, yeah. Remember that? And right, my proper name not Elly. Everybody knows me as Elly, but my proper name is a player. Or in English, you say a liar. Woo! That's enough of that. So you know all my family now. Tune in next time, guys and girls. My daughter's saying, yes, prove it, mama. Yes. And my daughter again, I know you still got it. Don't worry. Yes, I do. You know, tune in for the next one. We've got a fantastic show coming up. It's on Australia. And do you know who I've got joining me? The fantastic Kate Boxall. Yes, come on, Kate. And I've got the Hotspur hippie from Ausland. Come on. You know what? And we'll be covering the Matildas as they're known. But before I go, I've got to give a big up to my girls, right? And plug their channel. Just bear with me while I go to the top of this, right? And I'll bring up their, that's it. Right, here we go. On the banners. And where did I put them? Yeah, I have got them. They're up here. Just bear with me. Here we go. Right. First one, my friend Kate. She's been doing all my thumbnails for me, doing all the background work for me. What a great woman. And she's from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Get over there and subscribe. If you don't, I'll be after you. Right. And her link, here we go. This is her link. Just bring it up. Let me get rid of this. Hold on a moment. And go back. Here's her link. https youtube.com @Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Don't forget it. Get in there now and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, if you're tuning in later, make sure you subscribe to Kate. She's a fantastic lady and her husband Jim is behind her all the way. And then we have Mia. Come on, Mia. What a fantastic lady as well. Joins us with Kate on THFC Till I Die, on our debate shows and on our shows too. And you can find Mia at https://2/ youtube.com @Spurs Between the Lines 1. Don't forget the 1. Don't forget it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to see you out with some samba music. And listen, tune in on Wednesday, 10:30 for the Australia, the Matildas. Don't forget, tune in. I'll be waiting for you. And bye-bye, everybody. And come on, you Brazil. Come on, you Lionesses. And come on, you Spurs. Woo!